G'day, TT here from Teach It Forward. I want to share with you a really personal story that happened to me only a few days ago. There's a person in my life, and this person, he's a very, very special person to me. I love him to bits. He basically set some goals and some standards for himself to achieve in the week. He didn't make them, and that really hit him hard. Now, I'm talking seriously hard. I'm talking breaking down, tears, gutted, flawed, whatever you want to call it. This is someone I love, and I was concerned. And he's on the phone. In fact, his girlfriend asked me to speak to him, which I was firstly, really honoured that someone would think of me in that way. And so I wanted to do my best. And so he got on the phone, he's crying, he's upset. And I said, what's going on? And I said, what happened? And so he answered, and he told me this, this, and this. And I said, okay. So I'm asking that because I want to know the data. Then I said, okay, so you're breaking down, so how are you feeling about that? He goes, oh, it's just weak, I'm bloody weak as piss, and I feel so shame, and I just feel so guilty. And I said, about the breakdown or about you not hitting your targets? And he goes, well, both, but mainly because of the breakdown. And I said, oh, okay, right. So you didn't achieve things, you broke down, and now you're putting shame, guilt, and the like on it. Okay. So I said, so when you choose that shame and guilt, how do you feel? Like, is it a great feeling or is it a yuck feeling? He goes, well, it's bloody awful. Surely you can hear that. I said, I can. But I just want you to recognise that the choice that you're making of being shame and guilt because you broke down is a bad one. But I said, what's another option? Because if I see a man broken down, if I see a man overwhelmed and stressed and sharing his feelings, I'm thinking this guy's one in a million. I'm thinking this guy's brave. I'm thinking this guy's courageous. I don't see the shame and guilt. I just think that's amazing because it's not something I allow myself to do. And he goes, well, yeah, I suppose, well, that is true. And I said, so you get to choose. You choose whether you want to do shame, guilt, and, drop your energy and feel like crap, or you can choose brave and courageous and unique and feel amazing. Which one do you want to choose? And he goes, well, the latter. I said, great, try it on for size. How does it feel? And he goes, well, actually, it's just a breakdown, isn't it? I said, yeah, that's all it is. It's not if you break down, it's how long you stay broken down, okay? Recognise that you've gone through something painful for you. And there's probably a culmination of a lot of other things. But if you're going to make up a story about it, if you're going to label yourself, if you're going to put a meaning to it that doesn't serve you, understand that you chose it and you have a different choice. So choose something that does serve you. And he did, and I was blown away. Bang. Snapped out of it. And he goes, you're right. Okay, yeah, it was terrible, that I didn't get my stuff done. I chose the breakdown, but yeah, it's pretty brave and courageous, and hey, I feel so much better now. And this was in a space of 10 minutes. And it really made me think about when you're growing a team member, when you're growing a client, when you're growing your children, when you're working and growing with your partner, your life partner, too often we label each other. Too often we label ourselves. Something happens, like we perform in a certain way, good or bad, and we put a meaning to it. But what you need to understand is you choose that meaning, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it makes you feel great or whether it makes you feel like crap. And if you're going to grow people, if you're going to really make a deep connection with people, if you're going to make a difference in this world, make sure when you're having conversations with people that you separate the data from how people are feeling. And then when people are feeling a certain way, they will then put a judgment on it. Now, it's that judgment you've got to be very careful. Now, you see it so often in school, there's, particularly little boys, they go, oh, they're hyperactive, oh, they're ADHD. No, they're just active children and they need to move. And your teaching styles or the environment in which you're actually teaching them is not stimulating enough or it's not serving them. And then you want to give them ADHD label. Then you've got to give them Ritalin. For God's sake, how about, most children don't have learning disabilities. To me, in my mind, it's actually teachers' disabilities. So label